Hello guys, Softony here, welcome to another video tutorial, and in this one we will be exploring the popular and trendy concept of creating a captivating minimal promo slideshow. This style has gained popularity due to its modern look, making it a great choice for showcasing various types of content. Step by step we will be learning how to create this eye-catching slideshow, covering everything from selecting the right images or videos to implementing elegant transition and the typography. By the end of this tutorial you'll have the skills to create your own impressive minimal promo slideshow, so without any further ado, let's dive in and bring your vision to life. Alright, we're here in After Effects, and first, like always, let's create a new comp. Hit Ctrl+N or this little icon here. For the composition name, type whatever you want. I will type Final, width and height full HD, 1920 by 1080, 30 frames per second, and it's okay to leave it to maybe around 10 seconds. Hit OK, and now let's create our background. Right click, go to New, find here Solid. I will rename it to Background, also full HD, hit OK, and now it's time to add our first effect. Go here in the Effects and Preset and type Fill, but before that, if you can find Effects and Preset, go to Window and just hit here. OK, now type Fill Effect, drag and drop onto our background layer, open up Colors, and for the hue saturation type 0, and for the brightness go around 80%. Now hit OK, and our next step is to import our media here in our scene. Just drag and drop your media like this. This is bigger media. I'll just do scale for scaling, maybe around 27. OK, then hit P for position, move it to around here like so. And now it's time to add our next effect. Go again here in the Effects and Preset, find Triton effect, drag and drop onto our media, and for the midtones open up this option, hue 0, saturation also 0, and to brightness leave it here to maybe around 50%. Hit OK, and now it's time to animate our media. Go again here on this position option for our media, set up our first keyframe, move up a bit to the right like this, and then go here to around 2 seconds and move a little to the left like this. Okay, now select all of our 2 keyframes, hit F9, open up graph editor and draw a curve like this. And if you can't find curve like this, just hit right click and then hit here edit speed graph. Now we have this cool animation. Okay, now let's add our next effect. Go again here in the Effects and Preset, find Venetian blinds effect, drag and drop onto our media 01, and now we will make here a few adjustments. For the direction, type here 50. You can play around with the width and feather, but I recommend to leave it maybe around 300. And now it's time to animate our transition. Go at 0 frames, set up our first keyframe, then go to 2 seconds and type here 100. Just hit U to show transition completion keyframes, select keyframes, also go here in the graph editor and draw similar curve like before. Also, one thing we have forgotten is to do reverse animation. Grab all of those 2 keyframes, then right click, go to keyframe assistance and just hit here time reverse keyframes. And now when we hit 0 in our finals, I'll just lower down our resolution for the preview. We have this really cool and awesome movement. Okay, now let's make the design even better looking. First step is to hit on this grid and guide options and hit here titles and action save. Okay, it will be useful for our next mask and solid layer. Then go right click, find here solid layer. I will rename it to square, also full HD, hit OK. And now it's important to turn off the visibility for our square layer. Then go here on this rectangle tool or Q on your keyboard. And now we will draw a mask of our solid layer. Hold Ctrl, Shift and Alt on your keyboard to draw a perfect like this here in our scene. And now when we turn on the visibility, as you can see, we have the perfect square here in our finals. Okay, our next step is to add effect here. Also go here in the effects and preset, type fill effect, drag and drop also on our square layer. And for the color, choose maybe this kind of gray one. Okay, also we will animate our square shape, but before that, just turn off this title and action save like this. Hit R for rotation and also hold Shift and hit S on your keyboard also for scale. Go to around 0 frames, set up our first keyframe for scale and rotation. For the scale, type here 0, and for the rotation, type here 180 like this. Then go to around 2 seconds, and for the scale, type 100, and for rotation 0. One thing we have forgotten to do, hit here and just hold Control on your keyboard to move this pen behind tool here in the center of our shape. Just hold Control and then just double click here. And now when we hit 0, we have this kind of cool movement. Now you can also hit W on your keyboard, select all of our keyframes, then go here to Graph Editor and draw the same curve like before, like this. And now in our finals, we have this really nice animation. Okay, also our next step is to create outline for this square shape. Okay, hit also Q on your keyboard or go here again on this rectangle tool, like so. Make sure that our fill is set to none, stroke to maybe around 5. Also one important step, do not select anything here in our finals and just draw also a perfect circle like this. This is looking cool to me. Okay, and then we will rename it just to line. Then also go here in add, find here trim paths, and now we will animate and parameter. Also go here to 2 seconds, set up our first keyframe, and then go to around 0 and type also 0 here. Then grab all of those keyframes, go to Graph Editor and draw the same curve like before. Okay, now when we hit 0 in our scene, we also have this cool animation. You can also grab them and move it to the right a bit. And now this is looking really cool and really awesome in our finals. Okay, now let's bring our text to life here in our scene. Go hit Ctrl+T or this little icon here. For the font, I'm using this Montserrat font. You can use it for free from fontsquirrel.com. For the text size 50, and also for the leading, I'm using this 60 pixels. Okay, I already have my text here. You can hit here on this horizontal type tool and just draw a rectangle like this. I will hit Ctrl+V here just to paste our text. Make it simple but significant. You can move it to the left or right, down a bit. Okay, something like this. Also, one step that I have been using is to go here in the paragraph. If you can't find it, go to Window and then find the paragraph and go here to left align text just to make this perfect alignment to the left side. Okay, now let's animate our text here in our scene. Open up this little triangle, go to animate, find here opacity, and then go to add here, find here property, and also find here position. Okay, now open up this position, range selector 1. For the position, maybe go to around for the Y parameter 100, like this, opacity set to 0. Go to around 2 seconds, set up our first keyframe for offset, go to around 0 seconds, type here -100. We have forgotten to type here 100 for the second keyframe, like this. And then also open up this advanced tab. For the shape, change here from square to ramp up. For the ease high and ease low, type 66, like this. And instead of characters, find here words. And now when we hit 0, we have this also cool animation of our text. Now let's create shapes here in our scene. I will close this text for now. Hit Q on your keyboard again. Make sure to unselect everything here in our finals. Set up our fill color to white and stroke to none. If you don't know how to select stroke to none, just hold Alt on your keyboard and then just left click until you see this icon like this. Okay, now move on the right side of our scene just to see our picture. Okay, and let's draw a first shape here in this box, something like this. Okay, I will rename it to decoration like this. You can type your own text, of course, and then go here in the effects and preset again, find here Venetian blinds, drag and drop onto our decoration. Transition completion you can play around, of course, maybe around 50. Direction also maybe around 50. Everything is up to you. Width and height also. Play around until you're satisfied with the result. Also hit again here and make sure that our pan behind tool is set here in the center. Just hold Control and then double click here on this little icon. And now you can scale it down or up according your needs. Something like this. Move it also to the left, maybe to scale it down a bit also. As I already said, played with those shapes. Also what you can do is to hit Ctrl+D or go edit and then duplicate and reposition our shape here in our scene like this. Everything is up to you. We can also animate this one, maybe go to around 1 or 2 seconds. Like here, hit T for opacity for this first and second, set up our first keyframe, then go to around here until our animation is finished. Hit here 0 and then 0 again. Also we will do back animation, then right click, go keyframe assistance, time reverse, and now when we hit 0 we're getting our really cool and awesome minimal animation. Alright guys, you can also play around with other effects. You can also add Triton, adjustments layers, blur. Everything is up to you, as I have already said. This is a minimal concept and this is looking really cool to me. Also, you can hit Ctrl+A, then right click, pre-compose everything. I'll just hit 1 and just hit Ctrl+D again. Move this one to maybe around 3 or 4 seconds. And to make your own slideshow like this, just one important note. You must duplicate this first composition and just change media here in the second and so on to get this awesome minimal slideshow. Alright guys, that was everything for today's tutorial. I hope you learned something new. This was really easy to create, just a few solids and few shapes. I want to ask you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Also take a look on my channel for even more great tutorials. Also turn on the bell icon so you can always get a notification whenever I post a new clip. And until next time, stay creative and bye bye.